3 years ago, me and Joey were living in a small town. We knew we wanted more. We had girlfriends. We had a social life. We were working out. Life was good, but we were complacent. But the problem was we had no idea where to start. Looking back today, now we're 22 years old. We don't even live in America. We live in Thailand, and we're about to become professional Muay Thai fighters. We've made money. We lived in Miami. We lived in Daytona. We've done crazy stuff. And in this next 30 minutes, we're going to talk about the exact blueprint we used and still used to chase your goals, even when the odds are not in your favor, and what will give you the undeniable evidence and proof that you are who you say you are, and how to accomplish anything that you set your mind to. In order to do this the right way, I have to show you guys exactly where me and Joey started from when we had low confidence and these limiting beliefs on what that we're able to accomplish with our life. So where we started from and how we got to the point where we're at now. Okay, so where we started, right? We felt stuck with no confidence, and now we literally live life like a movie. Like, that's how we go about life. That's our philosophy. If people read our book, what's going to be in the book? How can we make it the coolest book ever? Right? So, but I can't do that without starting with exactly what was our breaking point. Okay? So we're going to take it back to August 1st, 2023. Right? This is rock bottom. At this time, I was working at it's called the City of Peru. I was a summer helper, and Joey was a welder. We were both working 9-to-5 jobs, and we knew that we just were meant for more. We just knew it. So we were both working 9-to-5 jobs. Now, we both had like good social lives, you could say, as in we had friends, right? We were sociable. We both had girlfriends. We were doing stuff on the weekends. We were having fun. But the whole time when we're doing those things, like when we're at the bar or when we're at a house party, no matter what it is, or just chilling with our girl, we both knew, like we both had this little like monkey or animal on our back telling, just knocking at us, say, hey, I know you're meant for more. You're wasting your potential. You should be doing something else. We both had that. But it's really important to remember that when we had those thoughts and doing those, we were extremely locked in on our fitness and our training. So at the same time, I ran a 50-mile ultra marathon, and I was training for the world record for pull-ups. And Joey, he was training MMA at the same time he was training CrossFit. So we would work our 9-to-5, and then all evening we would literally just train, because that's like the most productive thing that we knew to do at that time. We felt like that was the best bang for our buck. So that's what we did. Okay. But again, it's important to understand exactly where we started. Okay. So then from there, right, what happened after that? In August of 2023, right, I moved out to Oklahoma. Okay. I was there for about, I think, 8 months by myself. Then after that, Joey and I, we decided to move into an apartment together. Okay. So it was an 800 square foot apartment, right? We were selling life insurance. This was 100% commission. That was it, right? So no salary, no guaranteed income at all. So we made about $100 to $300 a week, right? We made no money for 6 months. We were dead freaking broke. Now, we put all faith in God, and we realized to get something that we've never had, we had to do something that we've never done. So we knew that we had to go all in on each other and just see what we can do. So what we knew to do, right, was what we grew up doing, working our tail, working like a dog. So every single day we work 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Okay. Now, this is very important. The reason we had the confidence and conviction to make that initial move, I believe, is because our mentality was so sharp, was so strong, built through our training and what we were doing on our day-to-day. So even though we weren't doing anything spectacular when we were living in our hometown, we were basically just priming our mind to say, hey, when there's an opportunity, you have the confidence to go attack it, because you put yourself through self-intentional adversity. When other adversity happens, you're used to it. It's not new. So that's why I believe that we had the confidence to do that. Okay, so what happened after that? Okay, it's very simple, right? So from there, like I said, we were making $100 to $300 a week. That's it. And we did that for 6 months, making no money. We were to a point where we had about $300 in the bank, and we had rent coming up in a week or so. And we looked at each other and we were like, bro, we can't pay rent. Like, groceries are gonna like that's it after groceries this week. Like we're done. Like we're cooked. Okay. So at that time, we put our back against the wall and we're like, listen, if anybody can pull this off, it's you and me, bro. We got this. So what do? We gave it another week, right? The pay period was a week behind because we got paid. Well, the company that we worked for, we got paid every week, but it was a week behind. So I guess it would have been 2 weeks later. What happened? We made our first like $2,000 in a week ever, and the rent was like $980 or like $940, something like that. So we covered our rent and then some. So that right there, we learned a very valuable lesson. Is that, listen, if stuff isn't going your way, go one more day. Go one more fucking day. Don't stop. Go one more day. Okay? So from Oklahoma, okay, we realized the easiest way, right, to upgrade our life is to get into a different environment. So what do we do? I came from a background, I did live in Daytona Beach, Florida, when I went to trade school out there, and I knew the area very well. I loved it, and I knew my way around town. I was like, dude, I think this is the spot for us. So we said, for sure, let's go. So we packed up my car and we booked it to a $750,000 condo, Ocean View condo in Florida. It was absolutely like, it was crazy. And at the time, listen to this, our rent was $2,500 a month. When we moved into an apartment, we had like $6,000 to our name. That's a third of our bank account. But we had the faith and we had the confidence and the courage to do it because, like I said, the whole time when we're living in Oklahoma, just completely eating shit, we're literally working out every single day, 7 days a week for 2 hours a day. And I'm not saying working out is going to pay your bills. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I am saying is going through that type of adversity every single day where you put it upon yourself, that's going to give you so much more confidence to take a leap of faith when opportunities present themselves to you. So that's what we did. Okay, so now we're in Daytona. So what happened after that? After that, we stacked cash, and this is when we started making real money, right? So we're making 10, 30K a month combined. We're doing, well, actually about 10 to 40K a month combined. We're doing absolutely fantastic, right? We're getting jet skis. We're going to nice restaurants. We're balling out. Like life is we are very comfortable right now. We're doing great. And what we're doing in the middle of all of this is still doing the same workout, the same routine that we did in Oklahoma. So it only makes sense, right? If we're thriving in Daytona, we need to check the next box. So we need to push the envelope even further. How else can we get better? So where do we have to go? We have to go to Miami, Florida. We packed the car again and went to Miami, Florida. Now, obviously, we're making great money, but now we went to the probably top 3 most expensive cities like out there. Definitely top 3 in the States. It's arguably probably top 10 in the whole world. Extremely expensive, but we knew if we wanted to do that, we have to be around the best. We have to get exposed to the best. We have to change something to get something that we've never had before. So now we moved to Miami. All right, what happens? First things first, we start making more money than we've ever made ever. We made $45K in a month. It was crazy. We had back-to-back 20K weeks, and it was absolutely insane. And then we created a brotherhood with like-minded people. This was very important for us because this taught us the importance of having a network and brothers by your side that you can depend on when shit hits the fan. Or when you have an idea and you need a team of men to accomplish something, that brotherhood is very necessary. But a lot of people make the mistake that, see, they try to be friends with people without providing any value. Right? You're wasting your time. The best way to attract people that you want to be around is become valuable to them, not in a transactional way, but any relationship that has worked out long-term for you. If you think about it, there's a nuance of transaction involved with it, which means, hey, this person compliments me in this way and I compliment this person in this way. There's so many different examples I could use with Joey and I. I'm really good at these things. He's really good at these things. But together, when we come together and we do them, like no one stops us. Like we can go against the world and we're going to bend the world to our will. So we really knew that there. That's when we learned it. But the most important thing that we understood is that now we've made a little bit of money. Now we've traveled. Now we've done a bunch of cool things. But we weren't satisfied. Isn't that crazy? It was nuts. Like living in in a small town when you had a crazy idea or you knew that you had a career path you wanted to follow, and when you asked your parents or your people that you looked up to, and they said, "Oh no, don't do that. That's stupid," or "Yeah, well, good luck with that one. Well, hope it goes well. Do it while you're young." well, you're not married yet. You're not tied down, right? All of those things. Trust me, I've heard about enough of those. Now, it's crazy because we did used to pray, to live in Miami or Daytona in a nice high rise and work from home and all the cool things I talked about. But we just knew that we were meant for more. So what do you do when you're making $45K a month with your best friend and the bestie in the world? You pick a completely different career path. You pack your shit. You pack a duffel bag and a backpack. You hop on a plane and you book a one-way ticket to Thailand. It just makes sense, right? Okay. So now, but this is very key. In Miami, we had a strict routine as well. We had our daily habits. We had our fitness to fall back on. This gives us the confidence to pack our stuff, pool our money together, and we're not yet, but in the next week and a half, that should change. But we're going to become professional Muay Thai fighters. We have our first fights in the next week and a half. Our goal is to create a real impact through a community, through social media, and have a full-time income through social media as well. Listen, guys, I have never posted content before until I moved here. It hasn't even been 2 months yet, right? I haven't made $1 through social media. This is completely new to me. I've never been outside the country until I moved to Thailand. Joey has been to Mexico. That's it. He's never made $1 through social media either. This is completely new, uncharted territory for us, but we have full confidence in our abilities because we have a stack of evidence of everything that we've gone through that we're gonna figure it the fuck out. So that's where I'm now. Okay, but now you're probably wondering and sitting there and wondering, okay, cool story, but what's the point? Like, what exactly did you guys do? Because, you might feel the same. You're working a job, you hate it, you're meant for better friends, but you're not cool enough to start actually hang out with those friends yet, or you don't know where they are. Or maybe you're in a place where I was, right? I'm very familiar with this place. You're just binge watching influencers because it's the only thing that you can spend time with, or the only person you can spend time with without feeling like you're wasting time, without feeling like you're wasting your potential. So here's a blueprint. Here we go. I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay? Here it is, right here. So number one, very important, training. We use training to transform our mentality. Like I mentioned, no, training will not provide an income for you. Training will not put a roof over your head. Training will not get the girl you want. Training will not get a better relationship with God. Training will not do any of that. But what training will do, like I mentioned, is transform your mentality. So you're going to turn your weaknesses into strengths. Okay? Don't just work out to work out. This is key. Don't just work out to work out. Work out to train. Work out to transform yourself physically and mentally. Both are key. So, like I mentioned, turn weaknesses into strength. When you truly do this, you're going to have a higher discomfort tolerance. What does that mean, and why is that important? A high discomfort tolerance means when you have $300 in the bank and rent due in 2 weeks, you're not going to give up or ask mommy or daddy for money. You're going to lock the fuck in with your best friend and you're going to make shit happen. That's what it means. And you're going to feel comfortable doing it. You're also going to learn delayed gratification. We went 6 months without making barely any money whatsoever. But we knew in due time, we're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor. In due time. Not my time, not his time, not Joey's time, on God's time. That's what we believe in. That's how it works. It's not up to us, it's up to him. But as long as we do the daily actionable steps, it's a matter of time before it happens. Reality will always catch up to your results. You just have to be careful of what results you're doing or what results are coming with your current actions. If you're partying, cool, 3 to 6 months, you're not going to have very good ones, or you're not going to really have any. Well, the result you're going to have is you're going to be in the same place. But you're locked in. Maybe you're starting a new lawn care business or whatever. I know that's what I did. Joe was doing detailing. You're going to wake up in 6 months with a stack of money and you're gonna have a clientele, and you're gonna learn how to operate a book of business. You're gonna be you're gonna be doing good. Okay? So that's number one, right? Training. Number two is daily habits. Training is a very great habit, but there's more. Daily habits, right? What does it include? I'm gonna break it down what I do and what Joey does as well. So what I do, every single day I read, every single day I listen to a podcast, every single day I write for 15 minutes a day. I write and I read. Let me say that clearly, because writing is the best way to be able to understand what you actually believe in and to enunciate the words you have in your head. If you're sitting there ever and you don't have words for something, it's because you're not comfortable with drawing outside the lines. You're not comfortable with saying something that's new, that's new territory. But when you write, you cross that bridge, and then when you say it, it's like, bro, I've gone over this before. I know how to enunciate. I know how to make this come out correctly. So I write. Now what else do I do? There's stuff in my religion. I pray before I eat. I pray before I go to bed. I pray when I wake up. Those are important to me. So that's also what I do. And then Joey, he does similar things. I know for him, he will cover it when he goes over this type of video, or when he does this video for him. But I know he's big on writing down his goals every day. Not at that he's gonna forget his goals, but it's like brushing your teeth, right? You have to do it over and over and over again to get your goal, right? If you want white teeth, you have to brush your teeth over and over. You can't just brush it one time and then forget about it for the rest of the week. You're gonna have yellow teeth. So he does it. It's the same thing as taking a shower, to always stay clean, always stay fresh, so it never leaves his head. So his subconscious is almost programmed to only think about said thing. What else? Okay? That's gonna build confidence, and that's gonna build discipline. The way that's going to build discipline is because there's going to be days, guys, I don't feel like reading the Bible. I do not feel like reading the Bible every single day. Sometimes you hit a chapter and it is the most boring book in the world. The words are too big. You don't understand the genealogy. You don't understand what's happening. You see Saul, but you remember 2 months ago when you read about Saul. You don't know if it's the same guy or a different guy. There's sometimes I'm just lost in the sauce. I do not feel like reading, but I still do it. Sometimes I'm running late to practice, but I know I have to write 15 minutes every single morning, right? So when you do these things that are a hassle, that just are just not hard to do, but annoying to do, you're gonna have so much discipline and confidence in yourself to get through mundane tasks. Guys, the money is in the mundane. Mundane means boring. The boring tasks bring the money. The money's in the mundane. Okay? Now also, a couple more things are gonna happen. This is great. So when there's a daily habit routine you do every day, a couple things will happen. Number one, you automatically subconsciously raise your standards. Luke, what does that mean? What that means is when every single day, whether it takes you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, an hour, 3 hours, whatever you choose, whatever you decide to do. Okay. When you have a plan that you're bettering yourself, you're gonna have low tolerance for people that don't. Let me say that again. When you have a routine of where you're bettering yourself, you're gonna have a low tolerance for people that don't. So when your friend who's not bettering themselves, you know is bad for you, but you still hang out with them, when he wants to smoke a joint, or he doesn't want to make some money with you, or he wants to go to the gym, or he wants to eat bullshit instead of chicken, or whatever it is, you're gonna be like, bro, why am I hanging out with you? You are an anchor on the bottom of my foot, and you're trying to sink me too. You're gonna cut him off easily, not out of I hate you or like you're useless to me. It's like, hey, I'm not that person anymore. I need to go this way. So you're gonna find that happening. This one really clicked for me, right? When more opportunities will come your way, because the universe, and I know this is, and stay with me. When you do these tasks, you're telling the universe, you're telling God, hey, listen, I'm open for more. Give me, pass me the ball. Let me be point guard. Give me an opportunity. And when opportunities arise themselves to you, you're gonna have so much more enthusiasm and grit and just drive to say yes. like, yes, like, of course I want this opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you take those head-ons. And then also, this kind of links back to number one as well. Number three is that you'll attract and you'll watch like-minded people, okay? So this one's huge because when you do have a personal development routine, okay, you're gonna find yourself, if you're not in a spot where you're hanging out with people that are bettering themselves, you're gonna find yourself on YouTube a lot. And you're gonna find yourself on Instagram a lot. And what you're gonna be doing on these platforms is researching, watching, and taking the content of people that have been where you're at. Because if they've been where you're at, they know how to get out of it. So you're gonna attract yourself to them, and you're gonna filter out a lot of the BS that you hear and hang out with during the day, because your time is with stuff that's gonna take you forward where you wanna go. Now, what else is there, okay? Number three, guys, this is huge. Action is greater than thinking. This is a quote that hits me so hard. Every day you wait equals a week you don't get what you want. Every day you wait to take action equals a week you don't get what you want. Let's say, okay, you want to make let's say your goal is to make $5,000 a month online, whatever that means for you. That's just a random one, okay? Or let's just say, easier one, right? You want to move out of your hometown. Or, you know what? No, let's use this one. Let's say you want a six-pack. Everybody wants a six-pack, right? But what happens? You know what? It's Sunday. I'm going to start Monday. Monday I'm going to start. Okay, cool. Start Monday. What happens? Sunday you're going to have the fattest cheat day on planet Earth. You're going to overeat so many calories. Your progress to make up for the calories that you ate Sunday is literally going to take you a week to make up for. That's the most verbatim example I can give you. So don't decide something is a good idea until you try it. Guys, the amount of ideas Joey and I have had and that we've thought about, and it's not a good one, let's not even try, because I don't think it's going to hit. This was more when we're 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. And it still happens now. But what we realize is that sometimes the worst ideas become the best, and the best ideas are the worst. You don't know until you try, until the market gives you feedback. Remember that, okay? Because we used to be that guy, trust me. And the only true failure is to quit. Risk it all. Go all in. The only true failure is to quit. Remember, nothing changes unless you do. Okay. Number 4. Now, okay. Now you got your fitness in check. Now you got your daily habits in check. Now you're working and not thinking. Now you're getting shit done. But nothing's happening. Nothing is happening at all. So what do? Do you give up? Do you, I guess that, I guess I'm not good enough? No. What you do now dictates your future. Remember, reality needs time to catch up. Action and moves you make now will dictate your future. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. Use God to feel more comfortable in going into the unknown. Use God to feel more comfortable in going into the unknown. So what does that mean for you? That means moving to a hometown and you're going to create an income with something you've never done before. Maybe move across the country, or maybe you're going to start in a fight gym, or maybe you're going to go to the gym for the first time, or maybe you're going to chase a 405 squat, whatever it is. It's scary and it's uncomfortable doing something that you've never done, but that's why God's there, so you can put your faith in Him and you can understand it. The human mind can't comprehend the plan that God has for you. Remember that. And remember, it never makes sense when you're in the mess, but when you look back at it, it will. That's why they say hindsight's 20/20, or hindsight's a bitch. Because when you're in the mess, when you're in the stars, when you're in the universe, it's like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why is this happening? Like, I literally don't understand how something good could come out of this. But when you look back, it's like, you know what? Her cheating gave me the free time to learn a new skill that gave me new income, that made me more money than I made at my old job, that made me quit my old job, that gave me confidence to move across the world, to become a professional Muay Thai fighter. Like, that's how it works. So just because something doesn't make sense now, keep going with the daily habits and your training, and eventually it's gonna come into place, I'm telling you. Okay? Now, Here we go. Remember, guys, the blueprint works. And the reason I'm so convicted in this and saying it works is because it's not only worked for me and Joey, but it's literally worked for all of our friends. Guys, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. If someone else can do it, you can do it too. No, I'm telling you, I used to think that if someone's rich or someone's ripped or someone, whatever they're born with something different. That is not the case. That's not the case. They have just stuck with something longer than you have, and that's why they're in a place that you're not. That's the only thing. That's the only difference. No one has huge discipline. No one has just a super confident persona. No, it's not a trait, it's a skill. Guys, a skill you build up. Same with having a physique that you're proud of, right? You build it. That's the best part. We're all blank slates, and it's our job to get the most out of the card that we're dealt with. Okay? But I have to, guys, but again, I can't do this whole series without being 100% transparent with you guys. There was a time, right? So I'm not saying like that we haven't made mistakes. Guys, in Daytona, okay, when we live in there, we were 21 or we were 20 years old, whatever, making stupid money. And guys, our habits fell off. Our fitness fell off. We were hitting the bottle service. We were flying girls out. We were going on boats. You know, we lost ourselves for a little while, guys. I got out of shape. I literally got out of shape. So did Joey. You know, we probably put on 15, 20 pounds of straight fat. We were still working out, but our meal plan, we weren't locked in. Guys, the meal plan is one of the most important parts of your habits and your fitness. Like, you have to be on point with that. Not saying you have to track every single calorie or macro, but you have to be aware of what you're putting into your body, because it's literally fuel for you. So we felt off. Like I said, money got a hold of us. We were partying. We fell off the routines and habits. What we should have done is stayed locked in on the habits that got us to where we were. So what we realized, but it was good, because like I said, during that time, and man, we were doing some stupid stuff. We were partying with people that we had no business partying with. We were going all around Florida, just hanging out with people that we shouldn't be hanging out with, right? Almost getting into a bunch of trouble. But what we learned is that, okay, being locked in 24/7, that isn't what life's about. Well, I do believe life is about progression and human excellence. I think that's where happiness is found. It's not found in anything else. It's in progression and excellence, right? Not perfection, excellence, always becoming better, okay? But we've learned that there's a way to build yourself up where you can still enjoy life, but how can I say this correctly? There's a way to stay locked in, but also enjoy the fruits of your labor and not completely fall off your habits, right? So we got that down. And you don't have to sacrifice your soul to succeed. That's what I'm trying to say here, guys. You don't have to be locked in 24/7 when you can't enjoy, a good time out with your friends or like with your girl or whatever it is. No, guys, we cracked the code. We know how to do both. We're doing both. It's the blueprint is here. And the guys, it's the exact system we used to change our lives 3 years ago, and it's the one that we use to this day. But guys, okay, there's obviously a limited amount of people that we can work with at once when it comes down to this, on who we can help, because there's only 2 of us. And so if you are serious about making this transformation, if you're tired of feeling like you're meant for more, tired of watching other people live the life you want, tired of working some bullshit 9-to-5 job, dreaming of something better like we both were, and if you want us to personally help you implement this system for yourself, there's a link in the description, okay? But before you click it, ask yourself, 1, are you actually ready to invest into your future? Are you actually ready? Because if you're not, I'm telling you, do not click that link. For the love of God, we only want to work with people that have had it, because we know, remember, there's only so much focus and energy that we have. There's only 2 of us. We only want to work with people who are literally like, I want to get out of a situation so damn bad, I'm willing to do anything for it, because that's who we used to be. 2, am I willing to do whatever it takes to make this work? That question, again, if you have to answer yes to that. If you don't, do not put the goal, okay? Am I coachable enough to follow a system? If we give you the exact blueprint with the accountability, with our help, constant reach outs, are you going to implement it, or are you going to pick and choose on what you do? Because if you want to be a pick and chooser, again, don't. It ain't going to work. It has to be exactly what it is, because this is proven to work. And last but not least, don't be a person that's all about thinking, that's all about thought. One decision can change your life. One decision can change your life. Don't be the person who watches this video that gets inspired and then does nothing. Remember, to get something you've never had, you have to do something that you've never done. Okay? That's it. Let's go.